today to talk about the 5th month of pregnancy. And I've been reading information each month from a book called 9 Months by Courtney Adamo and Esther Van Paul. This is actually a children's book that highlights what we should expect each month. So for the 5th month, it says, by now the baby's the size of an eggplant and is kicking happily around in the womb. He is covered in a layer of hair called lanugo and also sticky white stuff called vernix. The baby's sense of touch has developed, and he loves to feel his face or anything else he can grab. He also can tell the difference between light and dark, even though his eyes are still closed. Also this month, the doctor can tell whether the baby is a boy or a girl. And Charles, what did we find out about the baby? Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Yes, it's a boy. Yay! So we're going to be expecting a little brother. Yes?
You can write.
Yes, we can write after we read this book here. So that brings us to this book by Joanna Cole called How You Were Born. You ready? You going to read the book with us? Let's see.
I hold it for you.
Okay, let me just turn the page. And we got to show our viewers what the book looks like too. Okay? So let's get to the first page.
Of the book.
So let's see here. So it says, before you were born, you grew in a special place inside your mother's body called her
uterus.
Yes, or womb. There in a clear sac, you floated in a liquid that was like warm water. So they show a picture of a 4-month-old baby who's about 8 inches long.
The baby don't have teeth.
The baby doesn't have what?
Teeth.
No, not yet. Inside the uterus, it was dark. You could not see, but you could move, feel, and even hear. You heard your parents' voices talking and the sound of your mother's heart beating. Perhaps you sucked your thumb sometimes, like the unborn baby in the picture.
Baby, come here.
Yes, the baby can hear us reading the story too. So look, this baby is sucking his thumb.
You can hear, baby.
The baby can't see the baby in the book yet, but the baby can hear us. It says, by the time you were born, you had eyes and ears, a brain and heart, arms and legs, fingers and toes, all the parts you need to live in the world.
Why you have eyes?
Why do you have eyes?
Because I can see.
Exactly. But 9 months before, when you first began, you were just one little cell, even smaller than the dot at the end of this sentence. Look how small that dot is. That's how small you were. You were one cell. You were smaller than that. We couldn't even see you. Half of this cell came from your mother's body, and the other half came from your father's body. So look at this baby in the picture. Playing with the toes. In a woman's body and inside a man's body are tiny cells that can start a baby. These cells are so small we need a microscope to see them. In a woman's body are egg cells. The egg cell is round. It does not have a shell like a chicken's egg. Charles, do the mommy's eggs have a shell? No, it doesn't look like a chicken egg. In a man's body are sperm cells. The sperm cells have long tails and can swim. When a sperm and an egg join together, they form a special cell that can grow into a baby. So look, this is the egg cell. These are the sperm cells. The egg and the sperm join and they form this special cell. you don't have to know this, but we call that a zygote. So these are the pictures of what the cells look like. And this one here, this special cell with the mommy's egg and sperm joining, it's called a zygote, a fertilized egg. All cells shown are greatly enlarged, because this is not how big the cell looks. The cell you can't see without a microscope. But this is just enlarged so that we can see what's happening. It says the special cell starts to grow by dividing or splitting to make two cells. So look, Charles, it was one cell here. Now it's?
Two cells.
Now how many here?
4 cells.
Yes, and there's a whole bunch here. It keeps dividing.
100.
Yeah, until it gets hundreds of cells. Then each of these cells divides in half again. Now there are 4 cells. They divide again and again. In a short while, there are hundreds of cells. After a few weeks of growing, there are millions of cells. They have formed a shape. This shape does not seem much like a baby, but it's the beginning of one. Yeah, look at that baby right here. You see the baby? It will look more and more like a baby as it keeps growing.
Baby.
So this is actually an actual size of the baby at these time periods. So this is how big a 4-week-old baby is and a 6-week-old baby. When you had been in your mother's uterus for about 6 weeks, your hands and feet had started to grow. Your eyes were there too. They were open wide because your eyelids had not yet formed. Inside your body, your heart was already beating.
Why that there?
Well, this is for the baby to get nutrition from its mommy. So these are blood vessels here that come from the mommy and go to the baby. In the picture, you can see the red heart inside the unborn baby's chest. The picture is much larger than the actual size of the unborn baby.
Baby, look. That connected to you.
Yes, that I feed the baby nutrition, which could fit inside a nutshell. So this is a big version of what the baby looks like at 6 weeks. Already your mother was taking care of you by eating good, nourishing food. Food and oxygen come to you from your mother's body through blood vessels. The blood vessels were inside a tube called the umbilical cord, which was attached to your belly. In the picture, you can see the red blood vessels in the umbilical cord.
My tongue is pink. My tongue's color.
Yeah, so even your tongue develops a little bit later on, though.
That's the color.
So it says your body wastes were carried away through the blood vessels too. The umbilical cord worked as a kind of two-way transportation system. So look, Charles, where's the umbilical cord in this picture?
Right there.
So let's see if we can show our viewers. Where's the umbilical cord?
There.
Wait, you gotta put your finger on it so they could see it. Yes, that's the umbilical cord. And it brings nutrients from mommy to the baby. Now look, as your muscles grew, you started moving your arms and legs. Sometimes you turned a complete somersault in the uterus. During the 4th month, your mother could feel you moving inside her. Soon others can touch her belly and feel you moving too. So right now, the baby certainly is moving quite a bit. This baby's in there moving around. Mostly at night, though, is when I feel the baby. So look, as the months went by, you grew bigger and bigger. Your mother's belly had to stretch way out to make room for you.
Surprise, baby.
Yes, look at this baby getting bigger and bigger. Look how big the mommy's belly is getting.
Congratulations, Mommy.
Congratulations. Thank you, Charles.
For your baby.
So look, At 9 months, you were ready to live outside the uterus. Your mother and father knew you would be born soon, so they started getting ready for you. Oh, and look at what the mommy and daddies are doing. They're putting together the nursery. This mommy and daddy, they went to the store and look, they're picking out things for the baby.
Maybe I want to bring toys for the baby.
Yes, the baby needs toys too. It says, one day your mother felt sharp twinges called labor pangs. The uterus was contracting or squeezing to push you out into the world. Your mother and father went to the hospital or childbirth center where you were to be born. If you were born at home, then the doctor and midwife came to your house. We had you in a hospital, Charles. But some people have their babies at home or in a childbirth center. In the delivery room, your mother got help from your father, from her doctor or midwife, and from a nurse. After several hours, you started to be born. So these are just pictures of the mommy. The doctor's checking the baby's heartbeat. And now look, the doctor and the nurse and the daddy are there helping the mommy deliver the baby.
Yes.
You went from the uterus into the vagina, a special tunnel that connects the uterus to the outside. The vagina can stretch wide to let a baby pass through. So look, see the baby in the uterus? And the baby goes out through the vagina. First your head appeared, then your whole body came out. The nurse wrapped you in a blanket to keep you warm. So these are some pictures of what it looks like for the baby. Imagine how excited and happy your parents were when you were finally born. Now, after months of waiting, they could hold you in their arms and get to know you for the first time. Once you were born, you could eat and breathe on your own. You didn't need the umbilical cord anymore.
Why is that on his tummy?
Well, that's what we're reading about. It says you didn't need the umbilical cord anymore. Why not?
Because he's out.
Yes, he's out of the mommy. So now he can eat on his own. It says the doctor clamped it shut with a plastic clip and cut it. There was no feeling in the cord, so cutting it didn't hurt. In about 2 weeks, the cord dried up. Look. What's that?
The cord.
The belly button. Dried up and it fell off. The cord dried up and fell off. The place where the cord used to be is your navel or belly button. So that's the baby with the umbilical cord that's been clamped. It dries up and falls off and forms the belly button. Even when you were only a few minutes old, you could see, hear, feel, taste, or smell. When your parents, what do we call those, Charles? See, hear, feel, taste, smell. They are our senses, right? So when your parents held you, you could see their faces clearly. When you heard a person's voice, you might turn your head toward the sound. If you were crying, you might become quiet when you felt someone holding you. When you were hungry, you sucked milk from your mother's breast or from a bottle. And by the time you were a few weeks old, and you had learned to tell your mother from other people simply by your sense of smell. So the baby can tell one mommy from another mommy because of the way she smells.
I give a body to the baby.
Yeah, the baby will get it when he is old enough to play. So look, Charles. Look. Look, this is a big brother in the picture. It says right from the start, you notice the people around you more than anything else. You were born ready to be part of a family, ready to learn to love and be loved. See?
Much.
Now look, Charles. Little by little, you learned more things. To smile and laugh, to play with toys, to crawl and walk, to babble and then say your first words. You were growing up. See the little baby growing up?
Baby, talk. You're supposed to talk. Don't cry.
When he gets older, he'll learn how to control his emotions.
You have to, don't cry, baby. Kiss the side on me and don't cry.
Okay. So look what the little girl is able to do now. She's big. What is she able to do?
Paint.
Yes, every newborn baby is the beginning of a person. A person with feelings and ideas who will one day build things, make friends, and have fun. A person who can learn all kinds of new things every day.
Why can play pirates?
Why do you like to play pirates?
Because I like play.
Yeah, so they're little boys too. They like to play too. On the last page, it says, a person just like you. So now the baby becomes a person just like you. Very good. So this story talks about how we were all born and what we expect with the baby. So you want to tell our viewers to have a good day? We'll see them next month to tell them about the 6-month pregnancy journey. Okay, ready? Let's say bye.
Bye.